So what is up beautiful people, it's the viewfinder back again with yet another video. In today's video we'll be talking about color grading inside of Lightroom. You can find color grading below the HSL tab. And talking about HSL, if you don't know what HSL is, you can just see my previous video and you can find the link right around here. I don't know which side. I'm literally confused, so I'm pointing both sides. So here, anywhere here. So you can find color grading below HSL tab, and when you first open up color grading, you'll be seeing 3 identical color wheels. And what are color wheels? So color wheel is basically representation of different color hues and the relationship between primary, secondary and tertiary colors. Okay, it's basically a circle representing all the colors on it. So now let's jump into Adobe Lightroom and I'll show you how you can use it on some images. Okay, so let's go. The first time when you open up color grading, you will see these 3 identical color wheels. I mean, they look similar but they affect different tones of the image. This color wheel here at the top, you can see it will affect the mid-tones, this will affect the shadows, and this will affect the highlights. And at the center of these color wheels, you can see a smaller circle. When you click on it and hold it and drag it, you can just freely add any colors to that tone, that region of the image. Okay, same you can do with the shadows. If I want to add some blues to the shadows, I will just click on that smaller circle and drag it towards the blue, and that will add blue to my shadow. And let's suppose I want to add some yellow to my highlights. I will click on the smaller circle and drag it towards the yellow. Okay, and this form of color grading is called the 3-way, as you can see here. I mean, I don't know who named it, but it is what it is, you know. And if you want to go back to the neutral position, like at the center, you don't have to just drag it towards the center. You can just double click on it and it will return to its neutral position. Okay, and now at the right of this 3-way, you will find shadows, midtones and highlights. I mean, these are the same, only thing is you can make changes individually. Like I have shadow and a bigger color wheel and some other sliders that I can use. So this way you can be more precise. Here is the midtone and here is the highlights, and at the last you'll see another color wheel that is global. So any changes you make here, it will affect the whole image. While working with the color wheels, if you want to increase the saturation of a color, you need to just grab this smaller circle and drag it away from the center of the color wheel. The more further you are from the center of the color wheel, the more saturated is your color, and more closer you are to the center of the color wheel, the less saturated is your color. Okay, now let us suppose I want to add some yellows to my highlight, and I found my perfect color, that is yellow, and I want to just increase the saturation and I don't want to mess up my color, my hue. Okay, I just want to increase the saturation. So if I do that just by clicking and dragging the smaller circle, I can just slip in through different colors. Okay, and that's the problem. So if you press and hold the shift key, it will create a straight line, and if you drag the smaller circle, now you can only move it forward or backward on this straight line. So now you will never mess up with your color. It will not go either right side or left side, it will only move in a straight line. So likewise you can just add a color precisely. Okay, and another situation, let us take another situation. If you want to just change the hue keeping the saturation same, for doing that you need to just press and hold Ctrl key, and when you press Ctrl you'll find a circle here, and if you just hold down the smaller circle and if you drag it, it will only change the hue. The saturation remains the same. It will only move in a circular way. Saturation remains the same. So these are the few tips that you can use to just increase your speed of editing and to be more efficient while editing a photo. Okay, now here are few sliders that you can use that works the same. Okay, if you just slide the hue slider, it will just change the hue, and if you drag the saturation, it will just increase or decrease the saturation. As you can see here on the color wheel, as I'm increasing the saturation, the smaller circle is moving away from the center. Okay, and as I'm decreasing it, it's moving closer to the center of the color wheel. And here is the luminance. If I increase it, it will increase the brightness of the color, and if I decrease it, it will decrease the brightness of the color. Okay, here you will find another color wheel that's called global. So any changes you make here, it will affect the whole image. It will affect the highlights, it will affect the midtones, and it will affect the shadows. And with the help of color grading, you can add different looks to your image. Every time you add some different colors to your highlights, shadows, and midtones, it will give you another look. So using color grading and using it very carefully and in a creative way will give you awesome, amazing result. So this was everything about color grading. In next video I'll be editing a photo, and I'll be using all these things in that image. I'll show you how you can edit your image using all these Lightroom tools. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe if you are new here, share it, and please give me a like if you love this video or like this video. So that's all from me. See you all in the next video.